Welcome to Beyond the Prep, a podcast dedicated to providing information and insights into the bodybuilding sport. This podcast covers a wide range of topics from finding a coach to the struggling of competing, nutrition, supplements, cost, and much more. I'll be talking with competitors so you can hear their stories, judges, coaches. If you're interested in sharing your story, send me a note at skapach40@gmail.com. Welcome to Beyond the Prep. I'm your host, Sherry Capach. I'd like to welcome today Melissa Corsiatto.
Yes, hi.
Thank you for coming. I know
Thank
it's a
you for
very
having
busy day, and I really appreciate you taking time out to join me on my podcast today. So, how long have you been competing for?
So I have started competing back in August of 2021
Okay.
when I decided to step onto the stage.
Okay. So, what made you decide to step on stage?
So
Right.
ironically, I've been wanting to compete for many, many years, but I
Okay.
had something that held me back. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't feel like I was pretty enough or good enough to be able to
Okay.
step on stage.
Mhm.
And I started going through hypnotherapy.
Mm.
Going through hypnotherapy sessions, I had a hypnotherapy session that took me back to a time that really allowed my conscious mind to be aware of why I didn't feel good about myself and why I wasn't confident about myself.
Mhm.
And it was from that moment, 3 days after that hypnotherapy session, I signed up for my first competition.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Hypnotherapy can be a great tool to use, especially when competing, bodybuilding, everything like that. As a clinical hypnotherapist myself, I understand exactly how that can change your life.
and
So
mine
that's
was completely amazing how it shifted everything.
That's great.
Yeah.
So when you were first competing, what did you find? Did you have any struggles? What was your hardest part? What was the hardest part?
I think the hardest part for me at the very beginning was creating new habits.
Mm.
Eating habits, going to the gym habits. I've always been really active and loved fitness, but I never took it seriously to the point where I had to really dial in. So I think, and also having kids
Oh,
at the same time and really being disciplined and giving them their food, but also sticking to my food.
And how was that? Like, how is that when you have a family and you're into the bodybuilding and you're going to compete?
Mhm.
How do you handle that?
It makes the beginning aspect. It was hard because it was a shift that I had to shift within myself, but I think it just comes down to having the discipline and knowing what your goal is. And yes, the kids are going to eat this. This is what I'm going to eat, but I'm still going to make it the same atmosphere that I'm not doing anything different.
Okay.
But
Okay.
at the beginning, it was quite hard.
Mhm.
But I think just over time and creating those habits really helped me get through it and help my boys understand what I was doing.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to know because there's a lot of them out there that do have young kids and thinking I'm going to wait a
Mhm.
bit older, make it easier, but it can be done.
It can be
Right.
done. Absolutely.
So mindset.
It is a huge
Right.
mindset. Yeah, it definitely is.
Perfect. So what do you figure, what do you know now that you wish you would have known when you started this journey?
Yeah, great question. For me, I wish I would have known to hire a posing coach.
Okay.
That has been my huge shift. Going into it, not really knowing how to pose, how to walk, what the judges are looking for, kind of blindsided. Hiring a posing coach that can work with you and really help bring out different uniquenesses within
Mhm.
yourself, but also doing the posing properly
Right.
really brings on the presentation. So I've seen a huge change from my first two competitions to this competition in having a posing coach and how that's really boosted my confidence, not only in the gym, as eating and that whole aspect to it, but also being able to present myself too.
Right. Because posing can be the key to
It could be a
first, second,
make or
when
break.
you can have everything it takes, but if you don't nail those,
Yeah,
that can be a big step. So that's wonderful. That's good advice.
So, for someone just starting out, considering it, what kind of advice would you give them?
I think going in with a mindset of being an athlete, showing up like an athlete, and treating the sport seriously, and just not dibble-dallying.
Right? It's a lot of work to
Yeah.
just, right?
Yeah,
So,
and you have to either be all in, you can't just be half in. So I think going in with that attitude and that mindset
Mhm.
of being that athlete and showing up like that athlete every single day.
It's great advice, because also as well, I find, it's a lot of commitment, right? Your social life, you kind of dwell away from that when you're in competition, and sometimes you may miss a family function because it's just easier to not
And you have
participate,
to, you have
right?
to do what you have to do
Yeah.
to get through it.
So there's a lot for mindset that you say there.
But also having the support too. You need
That's
the
huge.
support
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
You need to have support going on this journey, because if you don't have that support, it makes it really difficult. I couldn't imagine not having my kids support and my husband's support.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that makes it, like you say, that's just huge to have that family support being. And some just, it's hard for them to understand sometimes.
But hey, everyone's got their own
Yeah.
opinions,
Yeah.
and you just gotta do
Yeah.
what's best for you and
Focus
stay
on
on
you.
focus on you and focus on your path.
Yeah, wonderful. Last question I have here, like you're going on stage, how are you feeling?
I feel fantastic. I
That's
feel
great.
really good. This prep has been one of the best preps I've ever had. Switching to a coach that knows what he's doing, and it has been a great transformation. Losing 31 pounds
Congratulations.
and bringing my body fat down to a 4.4%
Wow,
has been incredible, and I feel amazing going on stage. I'm
That's-
confident.
that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you said switching coaches or having a new coach. Did you just recently?
Yeah, so I
Into
switched
that?
to my coach Isaac back in August. So I had about
Okay.
6 months of off season with him where we grew
Okay.
some muscle, and then 20 weeks of prep, and it's been a game changer.
Nice.
You need to have a good opposing coach, and you need to have a good coach helping you with the food and the workouts.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, on that note, we'll end it here, and I want to thank you again for coming. And
Yes,
good luck. And I'm hoping to get out there and watch you on stage.
absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I want to thank my guest today and my listeners for joining me at Beyond the Prep. If you like this episode and want to make sure you don't miss any others, please subscribe. You can also find us on YouTube.